there and welcome to the channel. Liverpool have signed Milos Kerkez. They have fully announced it. He's passed his medical, he's signed for Liverpool, and that is a fifth signing this summer, I think, if you include Mamardashvili from last year, but obviously doesn't join up with the Liverpool team until this season. Exciting. What else can I say? A left back who will hopefully be the new Andy Robertson. We all love and adore Andy Robbo. What he's gave this football club, the amount of years, I think it's 8 years of being a flying fullback and giving absolutely everything. And I think Liverpool might have just identified the next version of that in Milos Kerkez. He's had a massive breakout season at Bournemouth last season. He was, for me, the best left back in the Premier League, and Liverpool have just decided to go and improve the position that they possibly needed the most. And what they've gone and done is they've gone and got the best from last season in the Premier League, and they've gone and plugged that hole and gone, okay lads, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, whoever you are trying to, compete with us, go and compete with that. Like I said, fifth signing there. He comes on the back of us announcing Flying Verts. And yeah, I'm so excited for it. I think last season, I've spoken about it for sure, Liverpool struggled in that left back department in terms of, I feel like we've ran Andy Robertson in the ground, and I get that because, what we've asked him to do and the amount of energy and ruthlessness he's gone about his business with was a joke. But it did feel like last season, between him and Costas, they couldn't really nail a place down for the first half of the season. It was chopping and changing like never before. And I just think that we wanted a little bit more from that left back position, both in attacking terms, but also in defensive terms. I think Robbo, we know how good he is both going forward, but also he's defensively solid as well. Last season he had a couple of mistakes, gave away a couple of pens, and yeah, I think you could just see that he's a little bit tired now. I think we can just see that Robbo has had to be ran into the ground in the Jurgen Klopp system, and that has slightly changed under Slot. I think we're more composed, we're less, up and down the pitch, but I still think that we needed more in that left back area, and it was, Robertson's getting on now, and we needed to make sure that we sorted that and had an understudy for whoever the other fullback is that stays. I personally think Andy Robertson will go. I think he will just want to go to Atletico, it looks like, enjoy the sun potentially, but also nail down a first team place and be trying to play every single week, because that is the level that Andy Robertson's at. That is just the way he will look at these things. I would love him to stay, and I'd love Kerkez to be the understudy for him. That doesn't mean that Andy Robertson won't get games. I think if Andy Robertson stays, Kerkez helps him out massively. I think Kerkez will play a lot of the games, but where Andy Robertson has been run into the ground, I think we can use him better, and I think he will be a better version of himself, especially from last season, if we do that. That is obviously if he does stay. But yeah, I'm really happy with the signing of Milos Kerkez. I think I'll enjoy him at the back post if he has the chance and ability to put the ball in the back of the net. That he might be better at than Andy Robertson. I think we've all seen his goal against Newcastle for Bournemouth last season. That was a joke of a goal. The boundless energy that he has, he flies up that wing, and he's absolutely brilliant at it. He can run for days. He's like a machine. He'll have a best mate in Sobbo playing for us as well, so I just think it's a perfect fit for us, and I think Liverpool have done brilliantly. They've identified the next version of Andy Robertson, and they've gone and found the best that we could possibly get on the market. I think him and Robinson from Fulham have been the best two fullbacks last season, but I definitely think Kerkez maybe just edged that, and I was really excited when we got linked with him. I was even more excited when I saw how much he wanted to join Liverpool. I'm going to read some of the quotes and everything that he has been saying, because he has done an interview with Liverpool, obviously, but the deal has been signed for 40 million, which once again in this day and age just isn't that bad. If we can have him for the next 10 years, it basically pays that off, doesn't it? Let's be honest. But really exciting for us and really exciting for him. His contract is a 5-year contract until 2030 as well. Let's get into some of the things that he has been saying, because let's be honest, that's what we're really here for. He said, "I just want to thank everyone for showing me big love even before it will be announced now. Keep supporting the team like you support always, because you're the biggest fan base in the world." He's really, you know what? if I wasn't already sold, Milos, you've sold me again, because all you have to do is big it up to the Liverpool fans and we'll absolutely adore you. He says, I'm going to give everything, absolutely everything, to win trophies with the club and to hopefully score some goals at Anfield. I can't wait to hear the roar and see you soon. Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't make you excited for next season, I don't know what does. I've spoken countless times how exciting it must be for a player to come to Anfield and hear the noise and know that you've got 50-something thousand fans behind you. One of the most passionate fan bases who buys into absolutely everything. You give everything for the shirt and the badge on the front, then the fans will give you it right back, and that's all you really need to do. And he started it early. It's not been a secret, let's be honest. He's been doing everything he can to get it out there that he's signing for Liverpool. And if I was a fan of any other club and he was leaving my club in that way, maybe I wouldn't like it. But it turns out, because he's doing it for Liverpool and I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm actually quite all right with it. But yeah, he's been doing I think he's been doing interviews with his dad saying only Liverpool. He's been talking about what it's like to walk out as an opposition player at Anfield and how it's the best stadium in terms of atmosphere that he's played in. And look, when you're saying that about Liverpool, we're only going to love you more. So yeah, he's finally got his dream move. He's not being quiet about it. We all knew it was going to happen. I didn't actually know it was going to happen at 12 p.m. on a Thursday, it being announced, but here we are. This is why the setup's a little bit mad and I look like this, so apologies for that. But Kerkez makes the move to Anfield after 2 impressive seasons in England with Bournemouth. He made 74 appearances, scoring 2 goals and registered 8 assists. Now, obviously, I don't know about you, but I'm a massive fan of Bournemouth, and I think a lot of clubs are, because they're being absolutely ripped apart with the amount of players that they've lost, and they will continue to lose. They've got a great manager, and they're really good at developing players, and I think they've got Kerkez to a point where he can come in and start for us regularly, hopefully still have the mentoring of the likes of Virgil van Dijk next to him, and hopefully Robbo if he does stay. But honestly, it is so exciting for us to have such an exciting young talent with us. The 21-year-old's career at senior level began, I want to say it's Győr, before he made the switch to AC Milan in 2021. So that was only 4 years ago that he was at AC Milan. He's made 23 caps already for Hungary, and obviously was in the Nations League contest. And he was also shortlisted for the 24-25 Men's PFA Young Player of the Year and was a finalist for the 2023 Golden Boy Award, which recognises the best European-based talent under the age of 21. So yeah, just really exciting times. The fact that we can finally get it over the line, there was a lot of people slightly worried about this, even though you had journalists and everyone coming out and saying it's absolutely fine, it's a done deal. There was just a little worry there, and I think it was probably because Dua Lipa was headlining Anfield for the past 2 days, and when Dua Lipa headlines Anfield, she's going to take some attraction away from whatever's happening, and Liverpool weren't going to do that. Kerkez probably would have taken the attraction away from Dua Lipa, let's be honest, with the fan base that we've got. But at the same time, Liverpool will want to rake in as many views as they can get. So they let Dua Lipa have her moment at Anfield, and now Kerkez is going to have his. Talking to LFC, he said, I'm really happy. It's a real honour for me, a privilege to come to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, the biggest club in England. You've delightful. We are the most successful in English football, and we are also the biggest, so thanks for that. He said, I'm just really, really happy and excited. After this, I'll go home and in my hometown enjoy a few days, and then I really can't wait to come back and put the training kit on and start to train and prepare for the season. Well, I am excited to see Milos Kerkez flying down the left-back flank, hopefully getting some assists, some goals, and mainly from all of this, what I will say is I've talked about how excited I am, how he could be a new version of Andy Robbo, and look, I'm not going to say the next Andy Robbo because I adore Andy Robertson, and Kerkez will have to have an incredible career at Liverpool to achieve that. I'm not saying he can't do that, but I also do love Andy Robbo and what he's gave us. What I will say is his defending statistics are really, really good as well. So we can talk about how attacking he is and how bossy he is going forward, and how we're excited about that. But I'm also equally excited for how solid of a left back he is. he has been saying that Mo Salah was the most competitive and tough opponent he's came up against, which, you know, it's also extremely believable. But he's been so good defensively. He might have the odd moment where he gets a little bit in trouble because he not dives in, but gets himself out of position by maybe just going in a little bit too soon instead of stepping back and picking the right time. But the majority of the time, you look at his stats and his stats are brilliant defensively. His individual tackles, all of that. So yeah, another exciting signing for Liverpool. Who is next? Let me know. Let me know how happy you are to see Milos Kerkez. Let me know what you think is going to happen with Andy Robertson, whether he'll stay or go. And lastly, let me know who you think's next, because I think Liverpool might be done in the transfer window for the next couple of weeks, but I reckon we might just dip our toes back in after the Club World Cup finishes. So yeah, exciting times to come. What I will say is I am also going on pre-season tour with Liverpool with Redmen TV. So if you want to see some videos from out there, maybe some tour diaries or something, let me know in the comments and I will try my best. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Welcome to Liverpool, Milos Kerkez. And until the next one, up the Reds.